every year you host the Pariksha Parchacha, where you interact directly with young students and give them advice on how to prepare for exams. I watched a bunch of them. So you give advice on how to succeed in exams, how to manage stress, all those kinds of things. Uh, can you explain at a high level the different exams that students in India need to take in their education journey and why it's so stressful?
By and large, a strange mindset has developed in society today. Even schools measure their success by students' rankings. Families too feel pride when their child achieves a high rank because they believe it improves their educational and social status. This mentality has resulted in increased pressure on children. Kids also began feeling that their entire lives depend on 10th and 12th grade exams. We've introduced significant changes in our new education policy to address this issue. But until those changes take effect on the ground, I feel another responsibility. If our children face challenges, it's my duty to listen to them, understand them, and ease their burden. In a way, when I conduct Pariksha Pe Charcha, I get insights directly from the students, understand their parents' mindset, as well as the perspectives of people in the educational field. So, these discussions don't just benefit the students, they benefit me too. Exams are valuable for assessing knowledge in a specific domain, but they can't become the sole measure of someone's overall potential. Many people may not score high academically, yet can hit a century in cricket because that's where their true strength lies. When the focus shifts to actual learning, scores tend to naturally improve. I remember when I was a student, I had a teacher whose learning techniques still greatly appeal to me today. He would give us children specific instructions. To one child, he would say, "Tomorrow, bring exactly 10 chickpeas from home." To another, he might request, "Bring 15 grains of rice, no more, no less." A third child could be told, "Bring 21 mung beans, precisely that number." Different students got different quantities and varieties. So each child would think, "I need to get exactly 10." And counting them at home helped them memorize numbers naturally. Then they'd learn what chickpeas were. And after returning to school, they'd pool it all. The teacher would then ask, "Take out 10 chickpeas, 3 chickpeas, 2 mung beans." This way, children learned math and could identify chickpeas and mung beans effortlessly. I'm talking about early childhood education here. Such learning techniques educate children without burdening them, and we've incorporated similar methods into our new education policy. When I was in school, I observed one of my teachers using an innovative idea. On his very first day, he placed a diary on the table and said, "Whoever arrives earliest each morning will write one sentence in this diary along with their name. The next student would then need to write a related sentence." At first, I'd rush to school very early every day. Why? So that I could write the first sentence. I once wrote something like, "Today's sunrise was magnificent." It filled me with energy. I'd write my name, and whoever arrived after me had to write something connected to the sunrise as well. After a few days, I realized my creativity wasn't improving much from this. Why? Because I'd arrived with a fixed thought already in mind and simply write it down. So I decided I'd start going last instead. What happened then was that I'd read what others had written first and then tried to give my very best. As a result, my creativity began to improve even more. Sometimes teachers do these small, simple activities that greatly impact your life. These experiences, combined with my own background in organizational work, made human resource development a key area of focus for me. That's why I engage with children through events once or twice each year. And over time, these efforts have resulted in a book that's benefiting thousands of children, serving as a valuable reference for them.
Can you speak a little bit more uh, by way of advice to students of how to be successful on their path in their career, how to find the career, and how to find success in India, and just to all the people across the world who find inspiration in your words?
I believe that whatever task you get, if you perform that task with complete dedication and sincerity, they inevitably become an expert sooner or later. And their enhanced capabilities open doors to success while working. One must continually strive to improve their skills and should never underestimate their ability to learn. When someone constantly neglects their learning ability, they limit their growth. But those who look beyond their tasks and observe what others around them are doing, their capacity can double or even triple. To young people, I'd say this clearly: there's no need to feel discouraged. There's certainly some task out there destined just for you. Don't worry. Focus on enhancing your skills, and opportunities will come. You may think, I wanted to be a doctor but became a teacher. My life is wasted. Thinking like that won't help you at all. All right, you didn't become a doctor, but as a teacher, you can shape 100 doctors. If you had become a doctor, you'd serve only your patients, but now, as a teacher, you can inspire students to fulfill their dreams of becoming doctors, so that both you and your students can together serve millions of patients. Then he gains a new perspective on life. I couldn't become a doctor, so I was miserable, and I was unhappy being a teacher. But now I realize as a teacher, I can create doctors. Connecting your life to a greater purpose brings a sense of inspiration and meaning. I have always believed that God has given everyone unique capabilities. Never lose faith in your own abilities. You should always maintain trust in your own abilities. Keep believing in yourself and trust that when the opportunity comes, you'll perform and you'll succeed. That confidence makes a person deliver results.
How do those students deal with stress, with struggle, with difficulties along that path?
Parents must first understand that life is not just about taking exams. Families should understand that their children aren't trophies meant to be displayed or models to show off in society. It's not about saying, look, my kid scores so high. Parents really need to stop using their kids just as status symbols. Secondly, students should always keep themselves well prepared beforehand. Only then can they appear for exams feeling stress free and confident. They should have complete trust in themselves and their abilities. Sometimes I see students panic over the smallest issues during exams. They take papers or other things, and when their pen suddenly stops working, causing anxiety, sometimes they feel uneasy, thinking, oh no, I don't like sitting next to this person. If the bench wobbles, their whole attention goes there, indicating self doubt. Those lacking confidence constantly keep looking for distractions. But if you're confident and have genuinely worked hard, just take a minute, take some deep breaths, relax your mind, and refocus your attention calmly. Slowly read through the questions and allocate your time systematically. I have this amount of time, I'll dedicate these minutes per question. In my experience, students who regularly practice writing test papers can easily overcome such situations without any trouble at all.